everybody. I'm Hillary Atkin from the Atkin Report, and I'm absolutely thrilled to welcome Carter Rubin from The Voice to this edition of Hillary's Happy Hour. Carter, how are you doing?
I'm doing amazing. I'm at the finale, top five, and I'm just so blessed and honored to have made it this far because there's been so many incredibly talented singers this season. And I'm just so honored to have been singing on the same stage as them. And I love my coach Gwen, and I'm just happy. It's just an honor to be here.
Thank you. I was going to ask you about Gwen. You've been on Team Gwen the entire season. Take us back to the beginning and how your coaching has worked with her, what you've taken away from it, and also what some of your high points have been.
For sure, yeah. First time I saw her was at the blind auditions. Gwen and John both turned, and that was a really tough decision for me. But I went with Gwen because I had a feeling that maybe I'd go far with her. And she talked about, being like a motherly figure for me, picking like age appropriate songs, helping me with my stage presence and my style. And all of that just kind of drew me in. And I was really intrigued and I really wanted to work with her. Also, she's like an icon and everyone loves her. And so I was really excited to start working with her. And she chose me for the battle and the knockout, which was such an honor. She the really like a lot of validation I think has come from her because she's believed in me so much that she saw something in me that she's not ready to let go of yet. And then come the live playoffs, and I was voted through by America, which was such an honor. I was so happy. And then I got to work with Gwen a few times after that for the semifinals, and then before tonight this week. And yeah, it's been just such an amazing time of my life to work with her. She's such an excellent coach. Like what some people don't see behind the scenes is she is a workhorse, and she's so invested in helping her artists and helping us find our identity. In other words, who we want to be like as a performer and as a person in general. And she's such an excellent coach. She gives great advice. She's good at calming nerves, and I could not ask to be with a better coach than Gwen.
Well, you've had a number of performances, and you mentioned the knockouts, and your rendition of You Say was incredible. But
Thank
talk to us
you.
about your song choice process and how that's been working with you and Gwen, and some of them you decide on your own, but I'd love to hear more about that.
Gwen and the music department at The Voice, they're all very invested in song choice. And so the songs I've chosen have been my suggestions, Gwen's suggestions from the music department. And it's definitely a group effort because like I said before, she is really wants to find like age appropriate songs for me to sing because I've never been in like a true love relationship yet. I mean, obviously like teenage stuff, but like besides that. So, and that's just an example. She always wants to pick songs that are age appropriate for me right now and that I can relate to.
Well, you mentioned the word love, but it's obvious that your family loves you so much and that you and your brother Jack have such a special relationship that, we as viewers of The Voice have gotten to see that, and it's been so heartwarming. And you made a beautiful speech about how we should all look through the eyes of people like Jack and see the world in a kinder and more compassionate way. And that was so incredible. I'd love to hear more about your relationship and also your foundation.
Yes. So obviously, me and Jack have a relationship that's not typical between two siblings, but it's special, and I wouldn't want to change it for anything. He's the most kind, positive, patient person you'll ever meet. And he's older than me. He's 19 and I'm 15, but I'm kind of the big brother because I get to help him and teach him stuff and kind of guide him through this world that can be cruel at times. But he's just such a light in my life, my family's life, his friends' lives, and everyone that has ever met him. He's incredible. And my mom started a foundation called Families in Arms, is where we take families that have children with autism to Disney World,
Oh,
those who can't afford it. Um, and because having a child with autism can be very financially and emotionally stressful, with because you pay so much money for like therapy sessions and stuff, and we kind of give families the opportunity to break away from that for a week.
that's so wonderful. And I'm
Thank
sure
you.
you'll be able to hopefully go in person to Disney World very soon as opposed to virtually. But also, Carter, speaking about virtually, I know the voice follows very strict safety protocols, but I also understand it certainly hasn't gotten in the way of the camaraderie that you've developed with your fellow artists. So not only on Team Gwen, but with everyone. So let's hear about that and what that's been like for you.
Even with masks, I've still created such, I know this is cliche, but it's like, it's really like a family here. Like, especially because I'm one of the younger ones in this competition. And I've gotten the privilege to look up to these incredible, talented, seasoned artists who have been doing this. And they've given me such great advice throughout this entire season. And I just feel so close with them all. All of them are such incredible role models for me to look up to. And like I said before, I'm blessed to be on the same stage as them, and it's just an honor. We've like my voice family.
And what a special and unique experience for all of you. But when you look back on it, because it's sadly the season's coming to an end, but it's going to be very exciting. But when you look back, what are the things that you're going to remember the most and treasure the most?
Well, I came in this competition wanting to soak up anything and everything I can. I think if I'm going to look back, I'm just going to be really proud of all the knowledge I've gained and everything I've learned, because I said this to my mom. I feel like I entered the competition a boy and now I'm leaving a man. Um, I feel like I've learned so much from being here, whether it's Gwen's advice, because she's given me such incredible advice, and I feel so much more knowledgeable about singing and performing, but also just the fun memories. I've made so many friends here and so many camaraderies, and it's just been so, I'm just so grateful for this experience. And we get the opportunity to, I think one of the biggest things I'm going to remember is how we pulled this off in the middle of a global pandemic that is really taken over 2020. And I think music really touches people. And I think this is what people need right now. And so I think I'm just really lucky to be part of the crew that was able to give um, some light to people who needed it.
Oh, that's such a wonderful way to wrap things up. But this will be a season we'll always remember for
Sure.
overcoming the obstacles of COVID and not having an audience for all of you performing. But I know you have to get back to it because we have the finale coming up. I want to thank you so much for taking time out for a brief happy hour, Carter. I want to raise a glass to your continued success, not only on the show, but in life with you and your family. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I'm going to raise a bottle because I don't have a glass. Cheers. Thanks for having me.
Cheers. Thank you, Carter.
Thank you.